this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. Oh, I'm so super excited. I have finished my Christmas envelope kind of stack. I don't know quite what I'm calling this, so we're just going to go for kind of like an heirloomy, I don't know, treasure box, treasure trove, I'm not quite sure, altered box, all of the above really, and it's a inspired by the Amity Bloom heirloom envelopes and of course kind of the altered box, and just wanted it to be really vintage feeling and scrumptious and ooh, yummy. So as you can see, not everything would fit in the box, so I've had to have like an overflow of items which are just placed on the top of the box here. So yeah, let's kind of go through what we've got. So obviously you've got the box and you've got the pile of items. So, you know, I'm picturing them kind of just scattered on somebody's desk like that. So let's just move the box across and we'll look, in fact, I'll do it this side so we don't get the shadows. So the first pile of things that we have got. Now what I have done, I took one of these giant pins, I've patinaed it so as it looks nice and vintage. And then what I've done, I've just hooked on a little gem. And that, I hate saying this word, cabochon, I don't know how you pronounce it. I've just hooked that onto the pin because we didn't end up gluing it onto the cover. Oops, I didn't actually end up patina in the back. I will try and remember to do that. I have to say, I'm pretty rubbish with my remembering. So I'm going to just put an apology out there now because I may well forget. But yeah, I mean, you could obviously take that and glue that somewhere. So that is just pinned through this, and this is just bundled like a kind of parcel with that pretty blue ribbon. So obviously we can just kind of undo it and get out all the goodies that are contained within. So the first item here is just this very cute little envelope, whoops, which I just did a wraparound closure like that, and literally I've just collaged up a couple of bits on the back, so really super pretty. The closure itself is obviously taken from the flap, and I just put on that brad there. And then I just made a little tiny, you know, kind of journaly pad going on inside. You've got lots of greaseproof paper and things, you know, for extra kind of crunch factor. And obviously that was the thing I was really going for with this collection, was I wanted it super crunchy, super, you know, just vintage and old feeling. So yeah, hopefully I've achieved that. Tucked in the pocket of the envelope, we've just got a tag from the kit and a journaling card from the kit. So they just go into there like that. And then obviously, like I say, you just wrap the closure round, and you can wrap it round a couple of times. And then just obviously, you know, wrap it round the little circle. So that's the first item. Right, the second item, absolutely just love how this turned out, I have to say. This, oh, yummy. So again, what I've done, I've just pinned a bulb pin through here. Now this bulb pin's got a little tiny gem hanging from it, whoops, which again I've patinaed the gem. So, you know, it's not kind of a bright red, you've just got the kind of patina-y stuff over it. Now this was the one that we made most of it together, I think. So the the ribbon is kind of attached underneath the background paper. And then it was a kind of stacked envelope, like a little folio, I suppose, but, you know, I mean, very little. Please don't get, you know, get excited thinking that I'm meaning a folio. It's not really. But yeah, just kind of that sort of concept, I guess. So we've just literally got, you know, a couple of envelopes there stacked onto one another. And then obviously the flap then again closes round. How gorgeous does the front of this look? I just love it. So lots and lots of gold. Actually, I have to say this is the only piece I think without any gold. We've just got literally a touch of gold on the flower and the thingamajiggy. Yeah, I wonder whether I should put gold on there. Oh well, I don't think I will. Right, okay, so we've got a cluster on here, some layered up bits, a label there with some gold. And then when we open it up, I just layered up a couple of things on there. And then tucked in to this envelope, I just made a little foldy flip. So again, edged it in gold, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I've just got some, you know, papers there done like a little flippy pad in there. And again, you've got some kind of greaseproof papers in there and things. So, you know, it's really got a lot of texture and a lot of crunch to this whole collection here. So that just goes in there. Then you've got the CD envelope. Again, oh, how cute does that look? I just love how it looked. And then I made a little journaling card that I've put inside. So literally, this is just some very stiff kind of cardstock that's been coffee dyed. And then literally, I just put a little bit of background page on this little girl and this Christmas, edged it all in gold, but it just looks so gorgeous. And then I just rounded the corners of the bottom, but left the top one square, which I thought looked really, really nice on this. So that just goes in there. Obviously, we've got the image there showing through from the background paper. So yeah, let's just pop this in here like that. Again, some gorgeous bits there detailed up from the kit. Some bits here from the kit as well. Again, lots of gold going on around the edges. And then obviously inside this envelope, again, you've got a tag, or a couple of tags actually from the kit there. Again, I've just edged them in gold, so, you know, really nice. And then here I have clamped on, because I wanted to have lots of paper clips and things like that going on in here as well. I didn't want it just to be kind of flat. And I have included quite a few actual vintage pieces here. So I've clipped on, this is not vintage, but it's been heavily tea dyed, so it feels pretty vintage. We've got a vintage playing card there, which again, you know, colour wise just goes beautifully. And then I've got just this little torn off bit of actual vintage ephemera, and they all just paperclip onto this little paper bag journal. And when I say journal, again, I'm meaning that in the loosest term. It's very, 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 very tiny. So, you know, I'm not sure you could really call it a journal, but hey, I don't know what else to call it. I've got a cluster on the front and that gorgeous flower. So it's just super pretty, and it's a glassine bag. It's all been, again, coffee dyed. So, you know, it's got the crunch and it's got the, you know, the coloration to it. So we've just got a few pages in there. Again, some more greaseproof paper and, you know, coffee dyed pages. It's just been stitched straight down the middle on the sewing machine. And then tucked in the back, I've just put, again, this was some of the, not vintage, background pages from the kit. And I just cut out a portion and then rounded the corners. And doesn't that just make just a gorgeous journaling card? So that just goes in like that. So yeah, that all then tucks into that envelope. So I think actually throughout this whole collection, you know, you've ended up with a fair amount of journaling space. You've also got quite a few, you know, genuine vintage goodies here. And of course you've got lots of crunch going on, lots of gorgeous yumminess. I really, really loved making it, I have to say, and love how it turned out. So I really hope that you guys like it as well. You know, I had so much fun making it, and yeah, I mean, obviously I'm filming this ahead, so at this point I've not even put the launch video out there. But, you know, I really hope that you did all really enjoy it. So, oops. Okay, so that's just that bulb pin with the little gem just now, again, popped onto that ribbon. And then this one, now, I'm not sure whether we actually did any of this together or not. Actually, I think we did. It's hard to remember, to be honest. So this was quite a big envelope, and I just made, again, a very tiny journal. Now, I bought these tassels from Amazon recently. So again, I just kind of bunched 3 of them together, and I mean, how gorgeous do they look on there? Actually, I'm just going to quickly glue this down here because I'd rather that was actually, you know, more fixed in. Yeah, I love how those tassels look. And again, I've got a gem here. So, I mean, I've got lots of dangly bits on this collection as well. So, yeah. Then we've got this gorgeous little cameo piece here, again, with a little tiny image from the kit. Gorgeous papers on the front and some lace and some trim and a bow. And, yeah, on the back, I love how the back of this looks. I mean, it's literally 2 bits of paper in this, but just the gold edging and, you know, the kind of composition of it all, it just looks so yummy. I just absolutely love it. And then what I did, I've put the ribbon at the side as the closure, and it just ties up there. Again, just, oh, scrumptious. I just wanted it all really tactile, and touch wood, it really has turned out that way. And this is quite a chunky little journal. I mean, obviously it's a writing journal. It's not got pockets or anything like that inside. It's just literally, you know, a selection of papers to be able to just journal on. But, you know, you've got quite a lot of papers in there, and it's just scrumptious, I have to say. So on the front here, I've just popped a little label and a flower and a bow. I've got some of that gorgeous ribbon there, ruffled, some lace trim. I think we did do this together actually, because this is coming back to me now. A wraparound closure there with the gorgeous embroidery thread, which has been used to actually bind the journal as well. So I've bound a couple of things with this same colour, so it's got the continuity going right throughout the whole kit. And then you've got two pretty good sized pockets in here. So in the first pocket, again, I just took a journal card from the kit. It's edged in gold, and I just popped that into that pocket. And then in the back pocket there, again, I just kind of made a little, you know, again, using the term very loosely, a teeny weeny journal there. Again, just stitching the papers in straight down the middle. You've got some greaseproof paper. And yeah, I mean, it's just really scrumptious, isn't it? I love, love, love these rich, vibrant colours. And, ooh, it's just yummy, yummy, yummy. I mean, I love working with colour, as you know. So, yeah, this has been a real treat. And really, you know, different to any other Christmas kind of stuff that I've done. So, yeah, I've had a really lovely time. And then, obviously, pages for journaling. And then we go to the back. I've just popped on one of those beautiful paper ruffles that the lovely Mary Ann sent me. So that's just popped on there. Again, it just, you know, topped this off just brilliantly. I just put a frame part from the kit there. Again, just edged it in gold. It's quite subtle, but it just looks really pretty. And then here for the flap, I've just put some Velcro dots on there. And then you go in, and again, I've just put a whole bunch of different journal cards from the kit. They are all just, you know, bunched up there and, oops, popped in that pocket. So, I mean, you really have got, you know, a good amount of journaling space. And then tucked in the, you know, the back pocket, again, a journal card from the kit. This time it's been edged in gold. So that goes in there. So really cute little journal. I mean, I have to say, I absolutely love how this turned out. It feels gorgeous and, yeah, very tactile, very just yummy and lovely. So yeah, really, 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 really love it. Okay, let me remember how this was kind of piled up. Was it piled up like that? Or was it piled up like this? Oh, it's hard to remember, to be honest. I think maybe it was like that. So again, I just obviously take the ribbon and, you know, parcel wrap it, i.e. so starting with the straight piece round the front, and then you can obviously kind of bring it round at either end. Like that. Tie that all in, and then of course I've got that gorgeous kilt pin, which I just pop that straight through the knot. And of course this is now not going to be very easy, but it did go through very easily when I did it previously. But yeah, of course when you're on camera it doesn't want to do anything that you actually are wanting it to do. And yeah, that can all just obviously then close like that. So what a scrumptious bunch of goodies, don't you think? So yeah, was really pleased with all of those. So then this is, you know, what my main kind of emphasis was supposed to be on, although I have to say I love them both equally now. So we have got that apple box, which we, you know, altered and decorated up. So this is the finished box now. I absolutely love, love, love how this has turned out, I have to say. I had, again, a blast doing this. It did, you know, throw me several times and really kind of took me out of my comfort zone. I kind of struggled with it. But I couldn't be more happy with the results now. I just absolutely love how the whole thing has turned out. So, I mean, I have to point out, obviously it's quite rough and ready. You know, you don't buy something from me and expect it to be perfect, because I'm not really a perfect kind of person. So, you know, you've got kind of little bits that, you know, probably are not very straight, or, you know, they're imperfect. Again, I always kind of just think, if you want perfect, you know, that's kind of where the shops come in. And obviously all the factory made, mass produced items, you know, handmade tends to be a little bit less perfect, you know, but I think all the more lovely sometimes for it. So this box, I put the little pearls on the bottom to kind of have standing it up. Now, I have to say, again, please excuse the bottom. Obviously, it kind of was on my desk and then, you know, picked up some of the gold paint and things like that. So, yeah, the bottom doesn't look too great. But, you know, obviously, once it's stood up, you don't see the bottom. We've got lace and things all around. Now the top we really heavily decorated, and we've put on all sorts of things. We've got lace, we've got metal embellishments, we've got tons of different flowers and gems and all sorts of things. We've got a beautiful image here from the kit. We've got a bow, decorative trim, all sorts of things going on here. And then of course we cut the sides off of the box, so it's now opening this way. So we've got here the closure. Now I've got to confess that I had planned to put a bulb pin in here with like something hanging off, but it just looked really strange, to be honest. It wouldn't lay flat. It looked really weird. So I've kind of left it now. Obviously you could put something through because you've got a little hole there, if you can see that. So you could put like I mean, even maybe one of those kilt pins or something, maybe, you know, but personally, I mean, it's not flapping open or anything. It's not going anywhere. So I just have left it kind of as it is. But yeah, I think it's really, really pretty. You could thread even just ribbon through there and tie a bow on. So shall I just quickly try that while we're here? I don't know whether this is going to work now I've said it. I feel now pressured because I can picture it now not really working. I'll have to backtrack and say, oh no, you can't do that after all. Oops. Okay. So pulling that through. So I mean, straight away that, you know, that's held that closed. And then of course, you know, just tie your bow up. Oops. Ah, right. Okay. Yep. So going in there like that. And then just, you know, tie your bow there. So, you know, maybe I will finish it like that, to be honest, because that looks really pretty. So I'm just going to cut those ends of the ribbon like that. Okay. Oops, let me just do this one again because I really made a terrible job of that. Okay. So it's now held closed with the ribbon. Okay. So, I mean, obviously, you know, depending on how tight you tie your ribbon is going to depend whether that's completely shut or whether it's kind of hanging out slightly. But anyway, it's now held closed. So, and of course then you would then untie the ribbon and then you can open your box. So, again, just struggling to see what I'm doing. I don't want to get my head like in the camera to be able to see this. But yeah, I'm struggling to actually see. Okay, right. So take my ribbon off, obviously, and then we go inside. Now, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I just absolutely love how everything turned out in here. It's nice and squishy, and I mean, it just really has turned out exactly as I'd, you know, hoped. I mean, not saying I necessarily had a kind of vision for it, but, you know, it's turned out squishy wise and things, it turned out just as I'd hoped. So you have got a whole pile of beautiful, gorgeous yumminess tucked into this box. So let me just pull everything out. So can you see there, you've got all of these scrumptious, beautiful papers, lots of lace and things going on in them, and just, oh, utterly gorgeous. So the inside of the box, again, I mean, it's, you know, it's a little bit on the tatty side, I've got to be honest. I personally don't mind that. I quite like, you know, that. I think it's half the charm. But, you know, I do want to point that out because, I mean, obviously some people would be, you know, horrified that I hadn't kind of made this perfect job of it. So I'm just going to move that to one side. Right. Oh, dear. Heading for the box, just getting knocked off of there or, you know, slipping off of there, and then it will be all broken. Right. So the first thing I've got is this gorgeous journal that we made. Now, I can't tell you how much I love this journal so much. It just turned out so scrumptious. It was made with one of those brown paper bags, and I just kind of folded it like kind of in thirds, or in folded 1/3 over, if you see what I mean. So the back is much longer than the front, and I had planned to do it as a pocket and then kind of backtracked and decided to make it a journal. I'm so pleased that I did because, oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it so much. It's probably my favourite thing in the whole pack. It just, yeah, I just really love it. It feels gorgeous, it sounds gorgeous, and oh, I just love it so much. So again, it's just a writing journal, all plain papers, no pockets or anything like that in there. but just gorgeous. We've got a little label on the back with some lace trim, and then just tucked into the back pocket is just a little foldy piece of some of the background page that's been printed on smaller size, and it just folds over there like that. And then I just attached again another one of those lovely tassels that I bought from Amazon with a wax seal on there as well, and I just love how that looks. So again, that just tucks into that side pocket like that. Okay, right, I'm going to try and keep these kind of in the order that they were, because that was how they slotted into the box best. Right, the next piece, we have got again a piece from the kit, just printed and coffee dyed, cut it in half and then just edged all around with the gold. I don't know whether you can really see that. And then just glued a ribbon ruffle at the top. So again, just beautiful and lovely, and you know, room for journaling. So the next piece here, now again, love how this looks. So I'm again trying to clip on, you know, some proper vintage pieces of ephemera. So you've got a couple of actual genuine authentic pieces of ephemera here. So they just literally are clipped onto this envelope, which we made this envelope just from a background page from the kit. I think we did coffee dye this kind of, you know, retrospectively, so after it was assembled as an envelope. Love how it looks. It's just gorgeous. Got this gorgeous flower, some ribbon, and oh, it's just lovely. And then again, what I did, I took just a piece of the background page from the kit, and I just made this journal card and then just stuck on this girl onto there. So it just, you know, super simple but really lovely. And again, obviously journaling space there on the back. That just tucks into that flap like that. And then here on the front, you've just got a pocket, and again, just tucked in a little journaling card from the kit. You've got some lace and a bow, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. And then, like I say, I've just clipped on some authentic, you know, genuine vintage pieces of ephemera with the paper clip, and I mean, it just makes it all feel and just be, oh, so scrumptious to look through. Then here, I've just done one of those little foldy flips. We've put this little label on the front. It's all been edged in gold, and then a wax seal. I think I maybe did this with you guys. I can't remember. And then I've done a Velcro fastening, and then tucked inside there, I just put another genuine piece of ephemera. Now, some of these pieces have actually got the original pins, which actually now I'm looking, I'm not sure that this has. Do you know, I can't even tell whether that's a pin or not. No, I don't think this has, but maybe one or two pieces have. So it's got the rusty piece there where the pin was. But again, it's a genuine piece of ephemera, and it just literally, it just sits neatly in there. So when this is kind of all Velcroed together, it's just held in place. But then you open this out and you've got obviously a little bit of journaling space there, and then the Velcro closure, and this just lace piece here. So love how that looks. Okay, then you've got another piece from the kit, which again, I just printed out full size. I've trimmed it down obviously so that it fits into the box. Edged around in gold, put some lace on, put some ribbon trim and a wax seal on there. It's all just been coffee dyed, and just, you know, it sounds lovely, it feels lovely, and yeah, just scrumptious. Right, the next piece. So again, we've got some lovely pieces paper clipped on. So I've mixed in, we've got this, which again, this is not vintage, it's just coffee dyed, you know, receipt kind of piece. A tag from the kit, which has just been edged in gold. And then you've got a genuine piece of ephemera here in this beautiful vintage postcard. So I just love how this is. And this has got the, you know, vintage pin there. So the pin is kind of obviously rusty, but please be careful, because I mean, obviously it is a pin. So, you know, I just kind of want to point out, you could kind of prick your finger, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, they're probably pretty blunt with the rust, but you know, I just wanted to point that out. But I love how those pins look, so I wanted to leave that in. So they all just clip onto the envelope. We made this envelope together. Love how it looks. It's just scrummy. And we've got a pocket here, and I just tucked in a tag from the kit, which again, I just edged around in gold. Put a little bow from the kit and a flower and some ribbon ruffle on there. This side, then we decorated it up with various different things. Again, it looks so scrummy. And then tucked inside, we have just got, again, this was another piece of just background page from the kit. And again, I just took it and rounded the corners and then popped on, you know, torn out section from one of the journal cards. and then that's a massive, great big kind of tag / journal card there that just goes into the envelope. So, you know, I've tried to kind of be a bit sort of creative, but very simply, to make some other bits of ephemera, if you see what I mean, using some of the other parts of the kit so that I wasn't so wasteful, because, you know, I'd printed it in the wrong kind of paper according to then what I wanted to make. So obviously I've got a lot of leftover on the other paper. So the next piece, again, you've got some vintage ephemera here, which I've just paper clipped on. You've got this from, this was from a book, but I just absolutely love it. 1891. It is very screwed up. This is how it was in the book. It's obviously got crumpled over the years, and yeah, it was kind of like torn out of the book a little bit and was kind of you know, screwed up in the book. It is torn, but I just love it, and it's from 1891, as you can see. So, you know, it's pretty awesome, to be honest. And then you've got these couple of bits of genuine ephemera, and obviously all of these bits are plain on the back, so you could obviously journal in these pieces, or you could obviously use them in another project. And this was that lovely envelope that we kind of opened out and we stitched on the vellum pocket. So on the vellum pocket, I just took the same sort of image, and I've printed it obviously on normal card, but it's in large size, whereas this was shrunk down. And then I've obviously just, again, cut it out to a kind of journal card size and a size that's going to fit into that pocket, rounded the corners, and then that just pops in like that. So I thought that was quite nice that it sort of mimicked the front but bigger size. You've got some trim down here, a flower, one of my labels that's been edged in gold, and a little flower there. This side you've just got a cluster and some ribbon and a little pearl. And then going inside the envelope, I just made a matchbox book that just opens out there. And again, I mean, you could always put some extra pages in here for journaling. You could put a flippy pad, you know, just however you like. You could gesso over it and write on it, you know, however you kind of fancy doing it. Or you could just put kind of a couple of photographs or something like that on there. You've just got kind of different options, but I just thought that was such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous matchbox book. It just looked scrumptious. So that is those pieces, and again I'm just going to paper clip them on, trying to be super careful because obviously these bits are, you know, pretty old, so I don't want to damage them now at the, you know, at the putting in point. Right, again, we've got a paper clip here with some bits paper clipped onto there. So again, you've got another vintage playing card, you've got a vintage kind of bingo type card, and just a journal card from the kit. And then here we've got a vellum kind of piece like this. And what I've done, folded it into like a sort of opening flip, put some ribbon on here with a little gem hanging off, and then in here you've just got a pull out pocket piece. So this is again some of the background paper, and it's just on copy paper, so it is pretty delicate. And I just folded it and made all these different little pockets. So I've stuffed the pockets with obviously tags and what have you from the kit. So each pocket's just got a little, you know, journal card or tag or something like that from the kit. Whoops, like that. So it's kind of like hidden journaling, I suppose, really, but I thought that was quite nice, and it's just been stitched in a bit like a book. So, and then it just pulls out. So I thought that was quite lovely. And then obviously this folds round. It holds closed really, really, really well, I have to say. The vellum is pretty good. Unlike paper that sometimes wants to spring out, this kind of held closed really, really well. And then just for kind of double measure, obviously, I've got those pieces of genuine vintage ephemera anyway, which are clipped on. So, you know, you've got kind of a double, you know, double protection there, or double method of holding it closed. Right, so then we have, now this is a whole bunch of vintage things here. So I have got another one of those little tiny cards, and again this has got one of those rusted little pins through there, a teeny weeny one. So again, just be careful of that. All the paper clips that I've used, I've patinaed up and sort of rusted them. I made this little envelope here from, again, some vellum from the kit, and this one I just stitched around on the sewing machine, put some lace on there, and then I just filled it with this genuine piece of vintage ephemera. I have to be honest, I can't really actually read any of this, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, the writing's pretty, I mean, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but I can't really read what any of it's saying. So, yeah, I don't know whether it's a letter or, anyway. It just happened to just literally fit perfectly into this envelope. So that just slots in like that. I then included, these are some postage stamps that I got. And they've been kind of separated out into country. I think this is France, I think it's saying. Yeah, I don't know whether it says 200 stamps. I'm not sure, but it's got a lot of stamps in here anyway. They're mainly the same stamp, but these were just kind of in with some stamps that I purchased. And the reason I've included them was because, look, who knew? But the colours are just perfect, aren't they? Because there are obviously lots of reds and greens, so very Christmassy colours, which I just thought, wow, that's, you know, that's absolutely awesome to go with everything in here. So you've got those postage stamps. Oh, and obviously they're in this lovely glassine baggy envelope thing, which of course we're going for crunch, so couldn't resist obviously including that. Then you've got some vintage book page. Again, it's plain on the back, so you could journal on there. And then here you've got some vintage paperwork, dated 19... I think it is 1960. I have to say, it feels a lot older than that, but yeah, I guess it's 1960. But it's lovely. It's on some really nice paper. So, yep, you've got that. And then you've got here again, now this is some vintage paperwork. It is very fragile, you can see. I mean, it's literally almost torn apart. But I thought it was quite lovely. So, yeah, I just wanted to include that. So, again, you know, we're going for tactile. We're going for heirloomy, vintagey, just super scrummy. So, hopefully I've captured that. I'm just going to clip all of this together like that. And then we are nearly at the end now, you'll be pleased to know, because I've just glanced at the camera. I thought, I know that this flip through has been going on for quite a while, but yeah, it's actually like 32 minutes now. Right, so then we have this gorgeous little envelope. There's actually a pocket in here, and I've obviously forgotten, and I've not put anything in that pocket, but obviously you've got an overflow of journal cards in some of the other pieces, so you can easily kind of put something in there that's included in the kit. But I love how this envelope turned out. Isn't it just gorgeous? And then again, it opens up here. Again, you've got another pocket there, which you could put something else in. And then inside the envelope, again, I just tucked in a couple of pieces from the kit. So you've got kind of a journal card and a little tag. They've been, again, edged in gold. So that can go in there. And actually, I'll just see if this tag fits in here or not. Yay. So yeah, you've already got something now in that envelope. So yeah, really, really gorgeous. Oh, and then the final piece. So this is probably my second favourite piece. So this is that beautiful envelope that we made with, again, the brown paper bags. We doubled them up and we stitched around them. And oh, listen to it. It sounds so lovely, and it just feels so scrumptious, and it's very heavy because I've filled it obviously with journal cards. So it just is scrummy, I have to say. Love how it looks. I love everything that's been layered up. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on here because I don't like it when things are, you know, getting caught and then lifting. So a little cluster on here. We've got the flowers, the ribbon, the trim, you know, all edged in gold. On this side, this flower just literally looks so stunning on there and just finishes it off perfectly. So yeah, absolutely just love how that looks. And then we've just got the label here, some lace trim, and obviously images from the kit. And then we go in, and these journal cards, they all just fitted so perfectly into this envelope. So what I did, I took a piece from the kit, again, kind of just because I had printed out a lot of it on very, very thick card. And I just, you know, I wanted to use some of it up. So I just made this kind of like wallet that then contains all the journaling cards. So technically you've got like another journaling space on here, but it also serves as a little holder that just holds all of these pieces together. So again, you've just got loads of journaling cards from the kit, and they're all in, you know, nice large sizes. So again, they've all been backed, so you could journal on all of those. They just tuck in that back section of the envelope. And then here at the front, you've got another flap, obviously, or another flap, another envelope. And again, I just took another one of those pieces from the kit, just folded it over, and you've just got journaling space here to journal on. So again, that folds over, tucks neatly into here, like that. And that's it. That's everything then that's all contained within that box. So I really hope that you like everything that we made. I mean, I had such a wonderful time making all of this, I have to say. I mean, there were one or two times that I thought, oh my goodness, I'm never going to pull this off. But I can't tell you how much I just love everything now. It came together yeah, more scrumptious and more kind of, you know, tactile and crunchy and things than I'd even hoped. So I'm thrilled to bits with how everything's turned out, and I really hope that you guys like it as well. I hope that you enjoyed the process if you followed along when I was kind of making all these bits and pieces. If you didn't and you think you might be interested, obviously those videos are there on my channel. This is going to be listed in my Etsy shop. Now, I do always say that I do have a waiting list. Now, I've contacted quite a few people lately on the waiting list who then haven't come back to me. So yeah, I am kind of putting this out there just to say, you know, it may be that this is sold, but it could be that it is listed in my shop. I'm only saying that because I'm just having kind of problems getting hold of people, you know, because obviously it's been quite a while now that people have been on the waiting list. I don't know whether they've kind of given up now. But yeah, I haven't heard back from several people. So, you know, it could be in my shop, but maybe, you know, maybe or maybe not. But I really hope that you like everything. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you feel inspired maybe to do your own little heirloom envelope or treasure trove or, you know, altar box or something like that. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.